stuff. Hello. This is attempting to be a one-take video of all the things I made in 2022. I did not make as much as I wanted to. I looked at my Instagram and I think I posted 15 times total. And not all of those were even things that I made, and I didn't post for everything that I made. I didn't do as much as I would like. I really want to do more in 2023. So it's literally, this video is going to be mostly my 5 finished projects that I have, and then a whole bunch of unfinished projects. And I'm really hoping that in looking at my unfinished projects for the year, I will be inspired to finish them in January and then move on to some other things. So these are 2 pot holders that I just literally finished last night, December 31st. So I'm happy they can get included on my 2022 finished projects list. This was a gift for my mom for Christmas. It's a cute little double pot holder like they use on Great British Baking Show. I actually did film hopefully enough of the making of these so I can make a little video. It's not really a cosplay, historical costuming type thing, but it was a cute little project. But yeah, I really like this one. It has this cute avocado print, and then I really liked the colors of these stripes. They're a little retro. I hope my mom likes it. So we got that one. And then we have, man, I'm not gonna have a lot of fully completed projects. That's a good thing I completed these last night. And then we have this cute purple on one side, black with these purple and teal mushrooms, which I thought was a super cute print. I actually want to go back and buy more of this and make a Ren Fair fairy corset out of it, because it is my perfect color palette, although it is very, very bright. The next stack are all basically finished, I believe. This top one is a tote bag. I made this from a pattern from a sewing shop that I am possibly doing sewing classes at. It's just this really cute tote bag. I used leftover scrap from the fabric from the Jane Seymour Kirtle. Interior fabric is just a remnant that I had lying around, a little cotton, quilting cotton. And I actually really love the length of the straps and everything about it. I've used it multiple times for any of my things where I just need to gather crap and go. I used it for summer camps to hold all my stuff, so it's been a very useful little bag. Speaking of useful little bags, another finished product I will put pictures up here, but I made a tote bag for my sister and I gave it to her for Christmas, so I don't have it here. Next, let's go with this. It's sort of a corset, but not really. It's very lightly boned, but this is a little, let's call it a vest that I made. But it's got this cute little peplum. You'll see some pictures of me wearing it. But the lining is just, again, scraps from other projects I did. This is the print. That is the lining of my sister's bag. She really likes rodents. So I got her this cute little lining. The coolest feature of this, I installed 2 extra grommets. I did the grommeting the morning I wore this to the Renfest. It was completely done except for the grommets. And I didn't plan on wearing it to Renfest at all, but one morning before I was going, I was like, I just wish I had something different to wear. I don't want to rely on using my friend's corsets. So I grabbed this and I threw some grommets in it literally at 6 a.m. But this is the best part. So right above the waist, right on the left hip, I put in 2 extra grommets, and this is the perfect place to tie my pocket up under my skirts and tie it through here and give it a little bit of structure and weight to tie it around, so it's not dragging my belt down all day long, and it's hidden under my skirts, so whatever is in my pocket doesn't get seen. Yeah, actually, because I'm doing this one, let's move on to the other corset. This one I was obsessed with making correctly, and I'm honestly was very stupid when I was making it. I just had a very, very specific thing I wanted it to look like, and made the duct tape mold for it and cut it out and sized it and tried it and tweaked it and tweaked it and tweaked it. I feel like I just made the fit worse and worse. It looked better, but it didn't fit. I don't know. It just, by the time I got to the end, like you can see, there's just, it's really bad. There's a ton of just space that didn't quite, like extra fabric that wrinkles really bad on the outside. This part in particular just bugs me. It does not fit correctly. That's what this lining was for, this cute little shark print, because I was going for a piratey look. And this doesn't match at all. It doesn't match at all. And I use the exact same pattern pieces, and I missed the step of marking in notches, and it's really bad. It really is. Again, it looks great. It honestly does. The pictures look really good. I'll throw a few pictures up here. And then it started like, I didn't, like the top wasn't finished properly, so I started getting stabbed with boning throughout the day wearing it. It was just, it's a funny disaster. Honestly, it's not as bad probably as I'm making it seem, but it just wasn't what I was going for. So, new plan with this one is I think I have enough of this pleathery stuff to make another one, and this was why it was so dumb, is because I had this pattern right there, and it's so similar to this. The only thing is it's not, this one is very lightly boned. It's not designed to be like a really structured outfit, but I know how to add boning and stuff, so like why didn't I just, I'm gonna make it again. I'm gonna use this pattern. I'm going to lengthen this down about 3 inches, already measured for myself, and change the backing, but the rest of it is fine, and I'm just going to make one out of this pattern, and it's going to be super cute, and everything is going to match up and be great. And so, other Renfest pieces, let's go with this one because I really liked making this. So this was going to be the chemise, that I was making with that leathery thing. This was the American Duchess Simplicity chemise pattern, and I just chopped it off so that it was a shirt and not a dress, but I kept everything else the same. I don't know if I specifically followed the directions on construction, but I was very picky and like finished all the seams and did everything because I wanted it to be able to go through the laundry machine, because if I was going to be wearing it to Fest, I needed it to go through the laundry machine. Fun fact, this actually was a white fabric. I sewed it all white and then decided I wanted to dye it, and I love the color that it came out to be. I literally adore it. This is the exact color I wanted, but it's not the color of dye I bought. So I bought just the Rit Forest Green dye because I just wanted a dark green, and I was like, oh, I really would love to make it this rich, like dark teal color, but I don't want to risk mixing dye. It was my first time ever dyeing anything, and it literally turned out like this teal. It perfectly matches the feather in my hat, so I'm obsessed with it. The only issue I have with it is this part is just too short, so it does not lay flat. There's not enough weight to this fabric to let it lay nicely, but I really wanted a ruffle neck, so it's fine. Oh, the other problem is I didn't pay attention to what kind of thread I was using. I just used white thread, and literally had a thought when I was throwing it in the dye bath of like, I wonder if this is polyester thread, and so it's not going to dye because my chemise is all cotton and I'm using natural dye, not natural dye, but dye for natural fibers, and just lo and behold, it did not. I'll try and put a close-up in here, but the thread did not dye. It's white, which is honestly fine. It's not a big deal. I see a little dyeing mistake there or something, so it's just I just find it funny. But it's a finished piece and it looks really cute, and I really love the dark color, so I'm going to be hopefully making more of those and dyeing them and doing all that fun stuff. This I love. This is it's inside out right now because I haven't finished the seams and I really want to, so I can again throw it in the laundry machine. But this is just a tiered skirt. I made it from a king-sized flat sheet that I got from Goodwill. It is something I was kind of proud of myself. It seems weird to be proud of myself for like figuring it out, but I just had this idea of like, well, I just want to make a tiered skirt, and I'm going to make each of them 13 inches, each of the lengths, tiers, 13 inches long, and I'm just going to cut varying lengths each one a little bit longer. The last one, so the first one is about half the length of the king size sheet. The second one I think is the full length of the king size sheet. And then the last one is the full length plus, I think this might have been 2/3. I think this is 2/3 the length, the full length. Oh, it's dirty. This is why I need to go through the wash. It's really dirty. And then the full length plus whatever was left from the top tier. And I just stitched each of these and then stitched them in the back. And so I stitched it as one big length and then stitched just right up the back, I believe. Yeah, that's how I did it. It was a super easy project. It is not by any means perfect, but it looks so, like, I love the swish I get to this skirt. I love hiking this skirt and getting this really pretty waterfall ruffle. It's exactly what I've been looking for as far as skirts go. I have this issue with skirts where when I hike them, I always feel like it gathers too much from behind and I don't get a good look, and it's just not. But this one is just gorgeous. It hikes really well and it just has all this ruffle. The only thing I don't like about it is the color. The color is, I just don't like this light pale blue. However, it's a polyester, so the dye I have is not going to take on it. It's also just elastic waist. It's super easy. And then I throw a pin in it to make sure it stays up. So this is never going to not fit me, and anyone I want can wear it. It's gonna be great. I do want to explore maybe buying some polyester dye and dyeing it like a dark blue instead of this light blue, because I just think the light blue is a little whooshy. I don't know. It's just not my favorite color. Actually, you know what it is? Because I wear it with this brown skirt, right? And if this is not the 90s light blue, dark brown color palette that I was obsessed with as a child, I don't know what it is, but I don't like it as much now. So there's that skirt. And then this brown skirt is my other pride and joy from the season, because I just figured it out and made it one day. It also needs to have the edges refinished. I zigzagged them, but it's a little bit, you can tell after I threw it in the wash, it's a little grimy, so I need to clean it up. And the back does not stay closed, but, so I did a little, okay, what is it? One, it's a tiered square skirt, so handkerchief skirt. So it's got layer one. I don't know what happened to it when I threw it in the wash. I threw it in the wash with the green dyed shirt. I probably shouldn't have done that. And it looks like something kind of leaked off on it. But anyways, so it's got one squared handkerchief skirt, one on top, nice short length. I just layer this. I've actually worn it by itself at Renfest. It's a nice, I've never really worn a short skirt before. It's not short, it's like knee length. And I really like it. And I wear it layered over other skirts as well. Like I said, it does not like to stay closed on its own, but it does have this, I just put like a little hook and eye back there. I wanted to put elastic in it, but I made it exactly to my waist length, so I ended up needing to throw in an opening for it. Really simple, probably not the greatest construction. I'll probably try to make another one, but I love this fabric. I was really proud of myself for finding this like textury fabric, because that's the thing I tend to always struggle with, is picking out the right fabric with a good drape, with a good texture that's going to work for like a Ren Fair type project. So I really love this fabric that I found. It's just a gauze. I didn't know that gauze fabrics exist, but they do. I did it in one day, like maybe 4 hours, and it turned out pretty well. Pretty happy with it. It just, and again, if I put a corset over it, it stays up all day. So there's some weird like thing going on with the coloring that I think is just from washing it poorly, so maybe I'll hand wash it next time. But that's that skirt. Okay, so the last finished project is my baby. I'm going to bring it up, but it's going to leak all over me, but it's not even this whole thing. So this is it's the corset, but it's on my mannequin right now. My mannequin is not my baby. The corset's my baby. The mannequin I made at the very first couple days last year in January. I had a vision. The vision didn't quite work. I tried to make it work. It never was quite exactly how I wanted. I need to just redo it. I just need to redo it. Especially again, now that I've lost weight. I mean, I can de-stuff her, but anyways, don't worry about the mannequin. The corset is my pride and joy. It is my Jane Seymour from Six corset. I made it to wear to 6 when I went to see it, and then I wore it for Halloween because they were right 2 days apart from each other. I really just love everything about it. I love how it turned out. I should take it off the mannequin and show you more of it. It's just a McCall's pattern, a Yaya Han McCall's pattern that I did some modifications to, but it's probably one of the things that I completely finished. There's a couple things I'm like, oh, I would tweak this, but it was completely finished and wearable in time for the event I needed to wear it to, and it's as true to the movie event cosplay that I have ever done before. So I really love it. I'll throw up some pictures of it. It's not perfect, but it was made with remnants and scraps, and I think I spent maybe less than $20 buying some of the bias tape that I needed for it. Everything else I just had lying around. The lining I had lying around. I needed to buy the zipper. But I really, really love it. So that's my pride and joy from the year. When I get back down. So one of the things I started working on this year was the Jane Seymour version of my Henrician ladies French kirtle and gown. I want to make a Tudor version of the Jane Seymour costume from Six the Musical. So I started on the kirtle of this. I'm also simultaneously, because I want to practice what I'm learning, simultaneously making a mock-up, but in order to not waste all that fabric, I'm making that in the kind of emulating the Scarlet Witch. I really love this idea. But it's been 2 years in the making and I've gotten very little progress on it. So what I did get done this year is, it looks like this has all been sitting for a very long time, just gathering dust. But it looks like we've got the bodice part mostly finished with its lining and inner lining, or not lining, but muslin layer. The lining part for that is here. We've got our skirt muslin and canvas layers done. And then it looks like we just have, so this is the lining for it. This is where I kind of scrapped the idea of doing it all historically accurate, because I just really liked this black and white stripy fabric. It says very Tim Burton-y to me, and it's kind of almost a canvas weight, so it's nice and structured for this outfit. So it looks like I have the skirt pieces in the lining cut out and marked, and the skirt pieces in the top fabric, and then some more muslin for probably some piece of this project. My biggest reason that's just kind of sitting and not doing anything right now is because I lost a bit of weight this summer, and I discovered in going into Renfest season that all of my corsets from last year don't fit me anymore. So this project ideally would be a fairly easy fix, but it's just I'm a little gun shy on the starting something new and important if it A, already doesn't fit me, or B, may or may not fit me. Weight has always been an issue for me, so if we want more videos about that and dealing with multiple fluctuations in weight while costuming, maybe I can put some work into actually finding solutions. I don't know. Okay, so the next thing I have right here is just a reminder to myself. This is just a really fuzzy fabric. I don't have the project I made with this. I made bear hoods for a musical I was in. We did a Shrek musical at my theater company, and so I made the bear hoods for that. This was the fabric from those, and I will put in some pictures. And now I want to use, here's a little cosplans thing. I want to use the remainder of this fabric to make a Appa costume for my dog Luna. So we've got that, and it leaves everything everywhere, so that's fun. But moving on, this is the other unfinished projects pile. It started as just a really good way to try to keep things organized as I switched between projects on my project table, and turned into just a hot mess. So we'll go through this. The top thing is a dress that I was making as a practice for a class I was teaching. So, oh my gosh, it's so wrinkled. I ended up getting really sick of the fabric. I tend to do that. I pick a fabric that I really feel like I like, and then when I see it as a garment, I'm like, why did I think that that would be nice? So yeah, so I am going to finish it. I'm just going to take off this. I demonstrated both different types of finishing for the sleeve. I need to just tack down the facing here and then take off this binding and reattach the other sleeve and then hem it, and then my mom wants it. She said she would take it. I don't know if it'll fit, but we'll try, and I'm going to bake that and finish that for my mom. The next thing in this stack is a project plan. It's this green florally fabric and some binding tape and corset pattern that my friend's mom uses to make the Renfest corsets that she has. So I asked to borrow it. So now I've had it for 6 months and I'm gonna try to make that corset. Pattern pieces for an unfinished project that is at the very, very bottom. So I'm just gonna move those there. Okay, the next thing that's an unfinished project is this skirt. It's not skirt. It's a skirt. It's a skirt, and it's actually super, super cute. I love, love, love this autumn print. I don't know, again, this is before I lost weight, so yeah. Well, I mean, it fits about the same, honestly. So it's supposed to have buttons down the front. I'll give it a little bit of a hem. It might be a tiny bit shorter than I like, but that'll be okay. But it's got these pockets here, buttons down the front. I've never done buttons and buttonholes before, which is why that's the reason that this skirt became unfinished. I also really like this pattern. It was a really great pattern. It's the Fiore skirt from Closet Core Patterns. It's got 3 different views, 2 different lengths for each, one with a zipper, one with full buttons, and one with 1 button. It's a very cute skirt. I highly recommend the pattern, and I like the drape and the fit. I actually think I'm going to use this pattern. I would love to do a Janet cosplay from The Good Place. I think I might use this pattern to do it. Okay, next is, oh, it's like a little treasure hunt. My first corset that I made for Renfest last year, I made out of this pattern. I really liked it. Worked really well for a Renfest corset, actually. And so it was just this Laughing Moon Victorian underwear, and I made the door straight seamed corset. Really great and easy. So I was working on a mock-up in a new size and realized I didn't have a busk and didn't really feel like I wanted to harvest the busk out of my corset that didn't fit, because I had other friends that my corset fit, and I would love to keep, I'm just going to keep that corset for, you know, inevitably the day I want to wear it because it fits me again. So not going to harvest that busk. So I need a new busk, and I just couldn't afford to order it at the time. So, and then the last thing is, oh, that's where this came from, this beautiful green linen. I look at it and I'm like, it's not that great. And then I try it on and I'm like, oh my gosh, it like glows on my skin. I don't know what it is, but so this is the Hinterland dress by So Liberated. I am making this version, which is a 3/4 sleeve, placket with buttons, shortish skirt, I guess. I don't know if there's different, oh, it is the longer of the 2 skirt lengths, but anyways, love this dress pattern, so excited, and making it has been great. Again, haven't touched it in about 6 months. All the pieces are here. The sleeves were a little tight. I tend to have really thick upper arms, and that always makes me kind of stop sewing when I'm trying things on. I'm like, oh, it doesn't quite fit, and then I don't care to finish it. So, but like I said, it actually was very beautiful, the color on. So I'm going to add that to my pile of dresses to finish, and then maybe make some modifications. She has, So Liberated, has a ton of really cool mods for this dress on her Instagram, so I might explore that a little bit. But yeah, that's it. I hope that this video sort of makes sense. I'm gonna obviously go through and do some editing. We might have to do it all over again, and that's okay. That's okay. Alright, I don't have a sign off or anything because I've never made a YouTube video before. This is my first YouTube video. I'm very nervous about it. I'm just gonna go for it. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that it was an enjoyable look into some of the things I've been making, and I hope you are interested in coming back. If you liked what you saw, please click the like button. If you want to see more from me, please hit subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.